So Canelo Alvarez defeated Danny Jacobs by unanimous decision last night. Now, it was an okay fight. Didn't think it was a great fight. Canelo did what he had to do. Personally, I had it 7-5 for Canelo. Um, I thought the commentary on the zone was god awful, and all they were doing was just kissing Canelo's ass throughout the entire fight. It was completely biased in my opinion. They just kept putting Canelo over, and every little thing that he did, they just went crazy for. And anything that Danny Jacobs did, they just try to just like it wasn't a big deal. So I thought that was annoying. But Canelo beat him. I didn't think that Jacobs looked particularly great that night. He looked slow to me for some reason. I don't know why. He looked slower. He kept going to southpaw, and every time he looked to go to southpaw, he looked terrible. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why do you keep going to southpaw? I understand he was trying to throw him off and do something different, but it wasn't working. And every time he went to southpaw, his defense suffered, and it wasn't good. I don't know what his game plan in that fight was. I don't know what he was trying to do exactly. And Canelo looked good. Canelo was very elusive. The thing about Canelo is that he's very flashy. Like the punches he throws are very flashy. So even if they don't really cause a lot of damage, they look a lot more impactful. So I think sometimes that's why he also gets the benefit of certain rounds, just because his punches they look flashier than another guy who's just throwing a jab or something like that. I don't think there's anybody that can beat Canelo at 160 now. Just because even if you fight a good fight and you win the fight, if you don't knock him out, he's gonna get the benefit of the scorecards, and we saw that in both Triple G fights. The first time I had it clearly 8-4 for Triple G, and he got a draw, which was a gift decision for Canelo. And then in the rematch, I had it 7-5 clearly for Triple G. I thought Canelo fought a lot better the second time. He was going to the body, but I still think Triple G, he boxed beautifully, and he used his jab, and he won the fight. At worst, it was a draw for me. The second fight, at worst, having Canelo win, that you're just looking to give him rounds. That's what I think. I think Canelo will probably fight Demetrius Andrade. I think he'll probably fight him just to get so he can have all the belts. That'd be a smart move. I think for him, why not just grab that next title and say, hey, I have all the middleweight championships. The fight everybody wants to see is that Triple G trilogy, the third match, and I personally don't even want to see it because I already know the way that this is gonna go. We know that Canelo's gonna win on the scorecards, and Triple G is older now. Triple G is already 37 years old, so I don't see Triple G being able to fight any better than he fought those first two fights at all. I don't see him. I don't think he can knock Canelo out at this point, so it's gonna go to the scorecards. So we already know how that's gonna end. So I think that's completely pointless. I mean, I guess Triple G will do it for money, but they're both on the zone, so I guess it makes sense. But I just can't see Triple G pulling out the victory. And I'm not a Canelo hater. I do think he's a great fighter, but I just don't like how he's protected. And I don't that whole thing with him with the steroid test, with the bad tacos and bad meat, whatever the hell he was doing. That left a really really bad taste in my mouth in terms of him. But those are just my thoughts. This is Mike from Bensoners. Keep banging.